What's going on YouTube? It's Giga here bringing you some more VGC Wi-Fi battles with live commentary. Today we're using a Calyrex-ice team and I'm actually really excited for it. This is a team built by DiddyVGC and I think it does some really cool things. Particularly it has that Pheromosa with speed swap. So being able to automatically get Calyrex to have super high speed I think is something really cool. And it means that you're not relying on Trick Room to get set up. You do also have a lot of really interesting other options. You have Torkoal and Venusaur, which is able to get a lot of pressure there. Torkoal has an Assault Vest and has an Eruption, and Burning Jealousy, which can really punish some teams. Similarly, you can use Pheromosa to boost up Torkoal speed to get some big eruptions early on. Moltres and Indeedee also are really there to offer some good support. Indeedee having that Psychic Surge and Moltres just being able to set up pretty freely. So I'm really excited for what this team can do. Big shout out to the creator. I'll make sure to link their Twitter in the bio or in the description. And yeah, let's just hop straight into the first game. All right, in this first game we have a Rayquaza team. Interesting. So we have Regieleki, Rayquaza, Registeel, Whimsicott, Grimmsnarl, and Rotom Heat. So I like the idea of Calyrex Pheromosa just because of the fact that I'm immediately able to outspeed and put a ton of pressure. The fear though is that Regieleki with what's it called? With Electroweb. So I don't necessarily know if I want to lead it. I do like the fact that Calyrex just is able to put a ton of pressure on, but I don't want to have that lead there. Even Whimsicott. I think though still I think it is the best option, Calyrex Pheromosa, because Calyrex is pretty bulky. So it should be able to take a hit. In worst case, I can max it. I think other options, I do like Moltres. I think Moltres being able to kind of help out with a lot of stuff is pretty good. It can deal with... no, I don't want... Do I want Moltres? I like Torkoal because it hits the Registeel. It hits Whimsicott. It can help with Regieleki. Honestly, I'm gonna actually do Torkoal. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I think Torkoal lead is the better option because it means that I can knock out Regieleki and then switch out Pheromosa, because Pheromosa has the Sash, so I can create a scenario where I can get rid of their Regieleki, or I can threaten them immediately with a lot of pressure. I don't think... Oh, they did Regieleki Rotom. Interesting. I want to preserve Pheromosa as much as possible. So I think the play, swap out Pheromosa to Venusaur. Hope they don't. I mean, I don't see them they could overheat into that slot. I think it's risky. Eruption? Or do I want to just go for the Earth Power? I think Earth Power into Regieleki, because even if I lose Venusaur, that's fine because I'm able to get Pheromosa to boost Calyrex, which is what I want. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh wow, Venusaur avoids, which is a pretty big deal. Torkoal takes a little bit of chip. It is going to get the speed drop. I'm assuming they're just going to Nasty Plot. Interesting. So they went straight for the Nasty Plot, which is really great because Venusaur isn't affected by the speed drop, and I'm able to safely pull out an Earth Power into Regieleki. Oh, ooh, Regieleki is a Sash. That's really tricky. This is actually now really hard. The issue being... Okay, so 124 doubled is 248, so I'm still slower than Regieleki. I don't know if I can take... Getting the Vine Lash is huge. I'm going to try to Vine Lash the Rotom, and I'm going to... I guess Burning Jealousy in the event that... no, Burning Jealousy was definitely the wrong call. This was a really bad play because I'm creating a scenario where their Rotom can pretty safely get off an attack into Venusaur, they can probably pretty easy max Flare, get the knockout because of the fact that they are going to be able to Regieleki speed drop. Having that Electro Web, yeah. Oh wow, they didn't max. Nice. So, here comes the overheat into Venusaur. Now is the question of how much damage is Venusaur going to take? I might still oh wow. Okay, so I still outspeed Rotom. I know that it does quad resist, but there is the fact that I get the Vine Lash. So go down to the overheat, which is fine because now they're at minus. Well, they're back at neutral. But this is tricky. I will be able to get rid of the Regieleki, which is huge. Burning Jealousy is not going to do much, but what can you really do? It does get some decent chip onto Torkoal. Regieleki is gone, which I am a big fan of. Rotom is going to take a fair bit of chip. I'm going to trigger a Berry. I think Pheromosa can knock out Rotom at this range, and even if it doesn't, I think close combat into the Rotom, being able to knock out a ton of its HP. They are going to bring out Rayquaza, which, Rayquaza is probably going to max. This is tricky because I need Pheromosa alive. I think close combat into the Rotom, Burning Jealousy into Rayquaza, because I'm assuming they're going to Airstream. If they don't, if they Airstream into Torkoal, that's probably their best play. I could have Icy Winded. I honestly probably should have Icy Winded. No, their Rayquaza can be Policy. Yeah, so they're going to max. It's most likely going to be Rayquaza. So this is interesting, because now, right, it's Rayquaza, that's what I expect. Yeah, it's Rayquaza. So I'm guessing they're going to Airstream into the Torkoal slot, which is their probably their best option. Otherwise, it lets me bring out Calyrex and then have it boost its speed. So close combat into Rotom, takes down the Rotom, which is a big deal, because now that's one less thing to worry about. I do have the the Sash, so I'm not worried about Rayquaza taking me out. Yep, speed boost, cool. Not that it really matters. Yep, Airstream, great. Airstream into Torkoal, perfect. Torkoal goes down. I am at +1 speed, and I'm assuming the speed transfers with, the speed swap. Okay, and it's Life Orb, which is good to know, because that means I don't have to worry about triggering a Policy. They're going to bring out Registeel, which is a little tricky, but not the worst thing in the world. So, yeah, we're going to Speed Swap into Calyrex, and then Glacial Lance into the Rayquaza. So, yep, here, and then Glacial Lance into both of them. And then this is tricky though, because Registeel can not max guard, Iron Defense. Oh, what? How is it faster still? Oh, does this not transfer boosts? Wow. Okay, I did not know that Speed Swap did not transfer boosts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read into that. Interesting. Glacial Lance still is able to knock out the Rayquaza, but now that I don't know what I'm going to be able to do if that Registeel gets up an Iron Defense. I mean, I do have +1 attack. I'm assuming it's going to knock out my Calyrex this turn. Oh, and I do have the Life Orb. Iron Defense, cool. So, yeah, I have to close combat. I know that Pheromosa can live at least one attack. Oh, there is the Vine Lash, there's still the G-Max Vine Lash. So I can pretty safely double close combat into Registeel. Yeah, because high horsepower is 95 versus 120. I'm not going to risk the Swords Dance. I think just trying to get the double damage, because then it doesn't have good recovery. Calyrex, yeah, it's at +1. Cool, so I think if Vine Lash has one more turn, I should be good. because it can't recover. And, oh wow, and I'm faster, perfect. So, Pheromosa, cool. Able to knock out the Registeel. Speed Swap, I didn't transfer boosts, which is a little bit tricky. It did work out in the end, but I think that kind of scared me, but I think it really does attest to the bulk and the power of Calyrex, where I was able to take a super effective Max Steel Spike, and I was able to still KO with Glacial Lance after that, which, I mean, it is huge, and that was one of the reasons I was really excited to try out this team, and I think this is a really good start, and so all there really is to say is I will see all of you in the next game. All right, this next game, so we have a Groudon team. It's Groudon, Venusaur, Charizard, Urshifu, Porygon, and Glastrier. So their team can flip-flop. I kind of like the idea of just going Venusaur. Do I want to go Venusaur? This is tricky because... Do I want to do Pheromosa? Pheromosa... That's the thing. I know Venusaur will outspeed me. So that's the risk. I think Torkoal and Didi, honestly. Because then I can follow me and have it Eruption. And then I think Calyrex... I want Venusaur to max. Actually, Venusaur maxing is really scary because they have so many things that are super effective against it. Moltres, also really not the best Moltres is okay. Yeah, I'm going to keep Moltres as an option. I like Indeedee Torkoal because I can theoretically draw attention away from Torkoal, but there is the risk. I mean, no, I'm kind of just setting myself up for Precipice Blade from Groudon, which, yeah, I mean, it makes it, like, why would you not try and Precipice Blade? But, I mean, let's see. Okay, so it's Porygon Charizard, which is... I don't know if it's bad. This is tricky. So there is no sun, or there is sun because of Indeedee, or not Indeedee, because of Torkoal. Their Porygon could also Eerie Impulse Torkoal. They're most likely going to max Wildfire into Indeedee. So what I could do I want to just Eruption Helping Hand? Does Indeedee have Helping Hand? Yeah, it does. I could Helping Hand Eruption. I think... What do I have in the back? I have Calyrex and Moltres. Yeah, I think Helping Hand Eruption, just to try and get as much damage as possible. Okay, so they didn't max. Interesting. That's scary. Because now... Oh, they did... Okay, so they're going to Heat Wave. So Eruption's going to... Oh, wow. Because it crit. That's... Oh, that's really bad. That's not good at all. And it's going to Eerie Impulse. And it doesn't pick up the knockout. So this is actually really... Ugh, God, that crit sucks. Eruption, so it's going to be neutral. It's going to do, like, nothing. Yeah, nice. Very, very good. I mean, Charizard has lost a fair bit of its HP. I think at this point, what I can do is I can sacrifice Charizard. Yeah, I think sacrifice Charizard. I mean, not sacrifice Charizard. Sacrifice Torkoal. Try and get some more damage onto the Indeedee. Or not into the Indeedee. Into the Porygon and protect Indeedee. Because that will let me safely bring in Moltres to take the Eerie Impulse from Porygon and start to do some damage. Because then I can max... Or not max. I can max Airstream to get the speed boost. Okay, cool. So you're going to go down. Porygon could Trick Room. I don't think it would. Interesting. So it's going to Trick Room, which means that I can honestly safely bring out Calyrex. I feel comfortable Glacial Lancing both of these. Interesting. Okay, so I have... Yeah, I should be slower than the Charizard. And then... I don't see any reason not to Glacial Lance. I could Glacial Lance Helping Hand. I do have to take an attack from the Porygon. But... Oh, it could have Foul Play. That's the only reason I could think. I'm going to Follow Me in the event that it has Foul Play. That's the only reason I could see it wanting to Trick Room, knowing that I have Calyrex. Because Calyrex now outspeeds their Groudon. Okay, so you're going to withdraw a Charizard. That's fine. You're going to bring out your own Glastrier. Your Glastrier is slower than mine, which is relevant. I'm going to Follow Me, which hopefully will take any sort of foul play you're throwing my way. Oh, you're just going to Ice Beam. Oh, that sucks. I wish I had known that, because then I could have just gone for a Helping Hand, and that would have been incredible. But that's fine. So, Glacial Lance comes off. Let's see how much it does. Glastrier, oh god, it's like not doing anything. And I have Moltres in the back. I think I have to max. I think the best option is to... ooh, cool. I get the Psychic Seed special defense boost. Max Knuckle into their Glastrier. And then... Protect... Do I want to protect Moltres? I feel... I'm trying to think. What would they do? They can only single target. And I feel like they're going to target Calyrex. So I feel actually comfortable going for a Fiery Wrath to try and knock out their Glastrier. Where even if I take an Eerie Impulse from their Porygon, it's not... Okay, so yeah, they're going to go first. And it's most likely going to be trading Max Knuckles. Max Knuckle probably wasn't even the smartest play, actually, in hindsight, because the damage output I could have got from Hailstorm is so much bigger because of the fact that it's still stab. But, let's see. I am going to go second, so that makes it a little tricky. I'm guessing they're probably also Life Orb. That would make sense, right? Given their team... No, what am I saying? They're not Life Orb. They're probably Assault Vest because they have Charizard with Life Orb. Cool. So Calyrex is gonna... We're having Calyrex versus Calyrex. Mine is more tanky and offensive. They are gonna Steel Spike. Oh, that's something I don't have. Steel Spike, 374 to 226. Cool. So 226, 374. I can live another one, and I'm gonna trade with them. Eerie Impulse, yeah. Eerie Impulse expected into Moltres. Protect could have been an okay option, but I don't actually need Moltres in the endgame. I'm just really trying to get as much chip as possible. It doesn't, yeah, it does a little bit to Calyrex, but I'm able, most importantly, to get an attack, or not Calyrex, to Glastrier. Fiery Wrath does literally nothing. This is tricky. I think still... I mean, Hailstorm is effective. I think, yeah, I have to match their boosts and Fiery Wrath and just try and get some chip. I think that, and then protect... I could... Oh, let's try and stall it. Oh, so they're going straight for Hailstorm into Moltres. Interesting. So Moltres goes down. That's fine. I'll be able to get a big hit. I think Trick Room might be close to almost over. So I might, if anything, be able to protect on the last turn. So they're going to get an attack boost. Yeah, so let's see. If I can stall out their Trick Room, Ice Beam does nothing into Glastrier. Yeah, that's tricky though, because I need Trick Room to beat their Charizard. But at the same time, I need to beat their Glastrier. The weirdness disappear. Oh, that's not the Trick Room. That's Psychic Surge. How How many turns of Trick Room are left? There's one turn of Trick Room. So I can max guard. Because there's no way they can reverse the Trick Room. So I can max guard, Glacial Lance both of them to get the double knockout. Yeah, and then I'm gonna pretty much lose, and by pretty much I will lose to the switch of probably Groudon. I'm guessing Groudon, and I know they have Charizard in the back. Because that's just, it's so much power, and I'm so low on HP that there's no way, unless they severely misplay. So they're going to try and attack into me, get the defense boost. Makes sense. Porygon is going to Ice Beam, extra chip, doesn't matter. Trick Room is going to end. I would have probably recovered with Porygon. I think that would have been the much safer option, but that's fine. Okay, so Calyrex, both of us are losing our max, which means Glacial Lance can get a double knockout. Yeah, I don't think they would be silly enough to Trick Room again. Yeah, I have to Glacial Lance, which is unfortunate. That's so tricky. Yeah, because they're going to easily bring it out, because there's no way, I'm trying to think, like, if I single target Glastrier, they're just going to recover. So I have to just try and get as much damage in as possible with my Calyrex. Yeah, pick up the double knockout. They're going to bring back Charizard, which, I mean, I don't have Protect. I have Swords Dance. Because there's the expectation that you're kind of going first, which is tricky. I think, in hindsight, I don't think Moltres was the right option, especially given the fact that, I don't know, there's so many things, warning signs against it. Charizard, that critical hit with Charizard on turn 1 was a really big deal, because then Eruption would have done that much more. And so, my opponent, Groudon and Charizard is going to easily be able to finish me off. There's no way I can knock out both of them after living both of these hits. So, I think this was a good game. I think, it's tricky. I didn't really have a better option. I could have brought Pheromosa. Pheromosa wasn't the worst thing in the world. Pheromosa actually would have been really good because of the fact that it had close combat and the focus sash. So I would have been able, I think it would have been better because I could have spread out their damage. That was risky Heat Wave, because they could have missed Heat Wave and Precipice. I think that was my only way of winning this one. I think Pheromosa would have been probably the better option, actually, because I could have used close combat to do serious damage to their Glastrier early, picked up the KO there, and then been able to fight them under Trick Room. Let's see their team. I'm interested. Groudon, White Herb, wow. Precipice Blades, Frenzy Plant, Sludge Bomb, G-Max Factor, Charizard, Event Charizard, Shiny, yep. Yeah, so I would have needed them to miss both Heat Wave and Precipice Blade, or whatever they went for with Groudon, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But I do think that looking at things in hindsight, Pheromosa over Moltres was the much better option. But I mean, you live and you learn, and I think that's important to keep in mind. But let's just stay focused and hop right into the next game. All right. Okay, so we have a Zacian team. We have Zacian, Charizard, Venusaur, Torkoal, Grimmsnarl, Landorus. This is tricky. Part of me really likes Torkoal Pheromosa because I can just Eruption and it just does a good amount. But I'm also afraid of a repeat of last game. That's tricky. Because I'm also afraid if I lead Torkoal of giving them a boost. Grimmsnarl is interesting because, there is Indeedee. I don't know what to do. This is a really tricky matchup. I'm going to go with Torkoal Pheromosa. I think Calyrex in the back, and then Indeedee not really doing anything. Venusaur doesn't really do much to their team except get knocked out. They don't actually have anything that can lower Moltres' special attack. I'm gonna go with Moltres this game. I think if absolute need be, I can boost things. I can boost speed with Moltres and try and come back that way. Yeah, this is a really tricky matchup. Yeah, let's see. Zacian's hard. So the lead is very big. So they're going to lead Grimmsnarl Charizard. That's bad. That's bad because Grimmsnarl can fake out. I could... Oh, I didn't bring... what's her face? Or what's its face? Or Indeedee, so... I feel like I have to switch to Moltres. Yeah, I want to preserve Pheromosa. And then... Eruption. Yeah, I'm going to Eruption. Charizard is just such a bad... Or such a good matchup against this team. I think this is a risky play because I'm sacrificing Pheromosa. And it does let them get off Wildfire. But I'm hoping the Eruption damage isn't even going to be that much. This is really tricky. I could have Icy Winded, which is another option. But yeah, because the Wildfire will knock out Pheromosa and get rid of the Sash. Light Screen. Oh, very good play. Very good play. Yeah, that Wildfire into, yep, Pheromosa slot. Moltres goes down. Yikes. Yeah, Charizard puts just a huge dent in this team. Barely any damage with Torkoal. Solar Power, I mean, yeah, Charizard's chipping away. Yeah, Torkoal's not even at full anymore. So I can't even be like, oh, let me just... What? Get a super speedy Torkoal? I could Icy Wind. But what does Icy Wind get me? It really gets me nothing. I think... Yeah, I think I have to Icy Wind and then... Oh, Torkoal doesn't take damage from Wildfire. Because it's Fire type. I did not know that. I think they're going to go for Airstream. Burning Jealousy doesn't really matter. I mean, it does get Grimmsnarl burned. Which is something. So I'm going to go for that. Because even if they target Torkoal... Okay, yeah, so they're going to get a Reflect Up. I think lowering their speed is nice. I'm guessing an Airstream into Pheromosa slot. And then Burning Jealousy is able to at least burn... Yep, able to get a burn onto Grimmsnarl. Oh, onto Torkoal. Oh, I actually wish that had knocked out. That would have been really big. Because, yeah, then I would have had a safe switch into Calyrex. Does a decent amount. Able to get a burn onto Grimmsnarl, which is fine because now your speed is neutral. You're going to take a ton of chip damage. Oh, that's bad. Yeah. Grimmsnarl is getting burned, so I'm at least getting a good amount of recoil. I think... That's tricky. I think... No, I want to Icy Wind again. In the event that they try and like still pressure me, and then yeah, or I can go for an Eruption. I think Burning Jealousy again. I think I have to limit that Charizard, and if they knock out, yeah, I wish they had knocked out Torkoal, because then I could have brought in Calyrex. Yeah, Max Airstream again into Torkoal. Interesting. So they're letting me boost up with Calyrex. Because now I'll be able... Yeah, and Glacial Lance is neutral to Charizard. Spirit Break, as long as I live this, which I should. Or not. Okay, Pheromosa has no defense, and I was hoping the burn would actually do something. This is hard. I think, yeah, that Charizard just was so strong, and I can't... Yeah, and I had to sacrifice stuff. Yeah, this was tricky. Calyrex is slower. Yeah, it doesn't help that Calyrex is slower than Charizard. And I still have the Wildfire. What is Charizard's HP at? Yeah, I mean I have to Glacial. I could max. Yeah, Pheromosa living. I think if Pheromosa had lived, that would have been one thing, because then I would have been able to get the speed boost onto Calyrex. They're going to withdraw Grimmsnarl. It doesn't really matter. In comes Zacian. I think, yeah, what? Charizard's going to go for... If it has Blast Burn, it's GG. They could miss a Heat Wave. Oh, yeah, they have Blast Burn. So that's going to knock out Calyrex. Yep. Damn. Yeah, the Torkoal living and then Pheromosa not really put me in a bad position, because I think if I had had a free switch in into Calyrex, I could have changed things. I could have also... I don't know the calc of Calyrex versus Charizard. I'm gonna calc that real quick to see what that is. I think there's time for one more, and hoping to show off what this team can do, because I think we just had really unfortunate matches. So I will be right back and see all of you in the next game. So it turns out that I can one-shot an opposing Charizard with Calyrex, but that's fine. So, okay, so they have... What do they have? They have Urshifu. They have... what's it called? Comfey. They have Zekrom. Incineroar. What's his face? Thundurus and Clefairy, I think. This is such a safe lead, right? The thing I'm afraid of... Yeah, because they could fake out... Fake out Pheromosa is what I'm afraid of. Yeah, fake out Pheromosa is what scares me. I think... I don't have a good answer to the rest of their team, though. I think Venusaur? Torkoal doesn't really do much. I do like the fact that Moltres can at least get a speed boost and lower its defense. Is Venusaur even... Venusaur's not even really worth it. I'm going to bring Torkoal as the fourth slot. Yeah, so I have Calyrex, Pheromosa, Moltres, Torkoal. I think that's probably my best 4 against them, right? Because, yeah, they would have to lead Incineroar. Incineroar is the thing that scares me the most. Probably Incineroar Zekrom? Incineroar Zekrom, I think, is what they're going to go for. That's the thing that scares me the most. Oh, it's Comfey. Oh, wow. It is Comfey with Zekrom. So I can very safely speed swap and go for a Glacial Lance, because they're going to try and trigger the weakness policy, and I'm definitely faster than Zekrom. Unless it's... even if it's Choice... I mean, yeah, it could be Choice Scarfed. But Glacial Lance is so... No, but you wouldn't do that. You would weakness policy. Okay, make sure it's Calyrex. I do not want to screw up because I boost the Zekrom. Yeah, Zekrom is going to probably get boosted, and I think, yeah, they would have to switch out to Incineroar, at which point I can... Okay, yeah, so you're just going to protect, which makes sense. Speed swap into Calyrex, and then I should be able to hopefully knock out Comfey with a speed swap, or with a Glacial Lance. It is interesting, though, that their Comfey is going for... Oh, it could be Trick Room. It could be Trick Room. Interesting. That's very smart. Does speed swap? Oh, God, I don't know. I think Glacial Lance again, and then speed swap again? Yeah, I think what that'll let me do is it'll make Calyrex the slowest thing. This is weird. I did not expect Trick Room on Comfy. Yeah, okay, so you're going to withdraw Zekrom. You're going to bring out Incineroar, expected. Are you going to, what, have me speed swap? Okay, so you're going to Drain and Kiss. Pheromosa, you're going to break the Sash. God, Pheromosa has like no HP. Okay, so Comfy is slower than Pheromosa. So speed swap into Calyrex. Calyrex at this point should be slower than the Incineroar, hopefully. Let me check what Calyrex's speed is. Not very effective. Okay. Pokemon. Check summary. Oh, wow. I'm very fast. That sucks. Because I'm kind of creating a scenario where Incineroar can outspeed and knockout. I think I have to do that and then swap out to Moltres. I still have Torkoal, and they do have the Trick Room up. So it is a little bit tricky. Because, yeah, it is... Oh, God, I did not realize how fast Calyrex is. I don't actually know if I should have brought in Moltres. I think Pheromosa with the damage output onto Incineroar. Or no, because they were probably going to... Oh, they were going to Draining Kiss. So now I have my... what's its face? I have my Moltres about to take a Draining Kiss, which is never fun. But hopefully Calyrex maxing will let me survive Incineroar's Flare Blitz. Cool. So Moltres, please. Okay, Moltres takes that way better, which is unfortunate. Yeah. So you're gonna flip. Oh, you're gonna Parting Shot. Very smart. Yeah, that's actually really bad because now. Yeah, at this point I need Torkoal to win, but if they bring in Zekrom, I should be faster. Or not fast. Yeah, I should be faster because there is Trick Room up. It is unfortunate. Oh, this is really tricky because now Calyrex is at -2. They honestly can probably swap back into Incineroar to get it. Okay, so they're going to bring in Thundurus. Oh, very smart. Very smart play. I got a Max Hailstorm here, and then... Yeah, I got to go for Fiery Wrath, I think. Or... Yeah, I got to go for Fiery Wrath. If they don't max their Thundurus, I can go for a flinch. I feel like -2 Calyrex, Glacial Lance. I mean, it is stab super effective. Yeah, here comes Incineroar. You're just really, you're really trying to put the pressure onto Calyrex to safely bring out, what's it called? To safely bring out Zekrom. Max Hailstorm, it is going to change the weather, so I get at least a little bit of chip. A little bit. They still have their max. I'm able now to get... Let's see. So, Fiery Wrath into both of these, going to do nothing. Okay, so they're going to reverse the Trick Room. Interesting. Now... Because that now means... So Moltres is fastest. Then they're Comfy. Then they're Incineroar. Okay. Oh, because Calyrex doesn't go. Okay, so Calyrex is faster. I feel like they're going to switch back. But I also really want to preserve Calyrex. I could swap into Torkoal. Do I want to swap into Torkoal? Or do I want to try and... I feel like the switch into Thundurus is very obvious. I actually want to knock out their Comfy. I could Nasty Plot. Honestly, I'm going to Nas. This is risky. This is really risky. Because I'm predicting they're going to switch out. Oh. Or they're going to Draining Kiss. Draining Kiss, Moltres. Moltres isn't going to take that much. I want to get rid of Comfey, though. I think getting rid of Comfey will put me in a really good position. Fake out into Moltres. That's a fair play. Cool. Hailstorm into Comfey is going to not take it out, which means that it's going to be able to recover. I think I should switch out to Torkoal. I think because you're going to Draining Kiss Moltres, but Moltres is now Moltres is faster than Incineroar. So I think the play then is to swap out to Torkoal and then to Air Slash into the Comfey. They don't normally carry Protect. So I think, this is the best option. I feel, because I want to get rid of Comfey. I'm fine. Moltres should live another hit, and I am Berserk, so as long as I don't miss Air Slash, I think they're going to double up into Moltres. Or they might Parting Shot. They might Parting Shot into the Calyrex slot, which is fine. Because I know at this point, oh, wow, they do carry Protect. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. Parting Shot, yep, into Moltres. Wow. That is very unexpected, but I think they're going to bring up probably Landorus, or not Landorus, Thundurus. Oh, they bring out Zekrom. Interesting. I could Earth Power. I like Earth Power onto their Zekrom and then Air Slash the Comfey? Or do I want a Fiery Wrath? Oh no, because they're going to heal up. Because they're going to Draining Kiss. So I think... That's so tricky. I think this is my better option. Yeah, I'm going to Air Slash because if I can get rid of Comfey, it forces them to either bring in Thundurus or Incineroar. Yep, they're going to max their Zekrom. Max Zekrom. They're going to Draining Kiss into it to trigger the policy, recover a bunch of HP. I'm guessing if I can knock out Zekrom, or not Zekrom, knock out Comfey with Moltres. Yeah, Draining Kiss onto Zekrom. You're going to recover a lot of HP. I could, depending, let's see how much Earth Power does. If they don't target Torkoal, or I could, if Earth Power puts it in range, boost up. Please knock out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so much. Oh my god. Oh god, I can't believe Comfey lived. Let's see how much Earth Power does. Earth Power does nothing. Yikes. Yeah, I think Calyrex, they're probably going to swap. I mean, let me think. They're probably going to max Wormwind. Would they max Wormwind? I don't think that they can knock out both. Burning Jealousy is tempting. Because I don't think I can get the burn off. I should have Burning Jealousy last turn. That was a very bad play. Because they were going to trigger their weakness policy. I knew they were going to... Yeah. Oh, God. That's what I should have done. I shouldn't have Earth Powered. I should have gone for Burning Jealousy. Because it would have spread, so it would have guaranteed Comfey gets dealt damage too. And it accounts for any sort of attack boost. Oh, that's a huge play. Because then Zekrom would have been at neutral. And I would have been in a much better position. So here comes Incineroar. Yep, they're going to most likely max Wormwind into the Calyrex slot. That sucks. Oh, max Quake. That's potentially really good. Depends on where it goes. It goes into Torkoal. Torkoal does not take it because Torkoal sucks. Yeah. Oh god, I should have Burning Gel. That was such an obvious play that would have really changed this around. But I mean, I do have a Glacial Lance coming their way. Oh, literally does nothing. Pheromosa comes in. So they're, yeah, at this point, I think what's going to happen is they're just going to target. They're just going to, yeah, probably. I'm going to predict that they're going to fake out into. If they fake out into Calyrex, and I can knock out with Pheromosa close combat, this isn't totally hopeless. Yeah, fake out into Calyrex. Yep. Close combat into Zekrom, knocks it out. Cool. Nice. Okay, this is maybe recoverable. Oh, okay, so they have to bring out Comfey. Yeah, now they're forced to bring in Comfey because they need to knock out Pheromosa and not let me get the speed boost onto Calyrex. Yeah, so this should be... Oh, wow, they brought out Thunderous. So I can speed swap onto Calyrex and then Glacial Lance them, which should knock out the Incineroar at this range. Unless they could be Focus Sash Thunderous. Interesting. Wait, this is... Yeah, what else would be Focus Sash on their team? It probably is Thunderous. Is it worth sacrificing a Assault Vest, though? Yeah, let's see. This is actually really interesting. They have to be Focus Sash. There's no other item that makes sense. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. They are Prankster. But I'm able to still speed swap because this thing is faster than Incineroar. Glacial Lance. Double knockout, hopefully? Let's see. Hits. Yep. Double knockout. So now it's just Comfey, which is only able to one-shot my, what's his face? Pheromosa. Nice. Wow. This was really tricky. I think, yeah, I did not expect them to have Trick Room. And I think it was just like stalling around and really working around my opponent's team as best as I could. Yeah, that Comfey's so low that I'm just gonna go for a close combat because it can't miss, and then Glacial Lance as well into that. Unless, yeah, this Comfey has some spread move that outspeeds. That was very tricky. I think it was very much about kind of adjusting, and I think that huge misplay. This isn't gonna knock out Calyrex. That huge misplay of not going for Burning Jealousy did cost me, but I was able to recover, and I think, yeah, the fact that the fake out into Calyrex was so obvious, it allowed me to not go for that then and then close combat into their slot. Also, the fact that I was still able to speed swap before anything else went because Pheromosa just has really high speed naturally. So very cool. I'm glad I got to show off this team. I think in the next days I might either look for some other rental teams that look interesting or just like kind of play some of my old teams and give them another chance to shine. But until then, I hope all of you have a great day, and I'll see you all later.